Hi friends! I'm Anita, I'm back with another video and this is a TBR Unwrapping. I asked you on Twitter and Instagram to pick some numbers for me and it went overboard really quickly. You picked, I think, 17 or 18 numbers in like 5 minutes. So I had to stop it before it went overboard. It's a good mix of things, but here's a video of me finding all of the books. Okay, let's start out with Jessica, who picked number 22. I'm pretty amazed at how many random numbers I got, that no one picked the same numbers except for one number. That's exciting. This is my contemporary paper. Love Stacie picked number 67 for me. That is one of my fantasy wrapping paper. Harriet Rosie picked number 13. This is my literary fiction, historical fiction, and classics and things I don't know how otherwise to categorize. Silke picked number 41 for me. And this one. Number 41, this is my science fiction wrapping paper. 4 different types of wrapping paper already. Raya from Bufinkins chose number 56 for me. Oh no. I think I know what this one is. This is my horror, thriller and mysteries. And Michael from Michael H chose number 65. This will be 65. This is my urban fantasy paranormal, or what's that type of fantasy wrapping paper. And Riley from Arm Fig Fact chose 4 numbers. Thank you. So yeah, she chose number 5, 11, 17 and 27. Number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, another horror, thriller or mystery. Literary fiction, classic or historical fiction. 27 is this one. Another literary, historical or classic. Shannon picked number 23. That is another urban fantasy or paranormal book. She also picked number 67, but that's already been picked once, so I won't be picking that again. And Cover Books chose also 4 numbers, but one of them has also already been picked, and that was 65. So she chose number 1, which is this one. Thank you. And number 42. This is number 42. Wait, have I been counting wrong all this time? This is number 42. And finally she also picked book number 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another fantasy. There's not a whole lot of fantasy in there, so this really intimidates me, but now I'm gonna unwrap them all for you. Let's switch to that video. already I am a little unsure who picked what now. But I have to attempt a... This is... Oh my god, it's so heavy. This is my stack. Yeah, before I unwrap it, I better a thumbnail. So this is going to be my thumbnail. Thank you so much. Hey, so many books. Okay. Alright. Let's take it from the top, guys. Hopefully there'll be some books that are in there that I'm really gonna be loving. But I'm really intimidated about so many of them because they're both big and they're not the usual genres that I go for. But let's get into it. The first 3 books are picked by Cover Books, from who I know from Instagram, so I'll leave her Twitter, no, her Instagram name in the comments down below, so you can find her. This is my one of my fantasy wrapping paper. The majority of my books are fantasy books are wrapped in this paper, and this is also going to be the type of wrapping paper I use in the future. I still have a lot of that. I bought a really big ass roll of that. So let's see what it is. It's a hard copy, so it could be Renee Ahdieh or something like that, or it could be Rin Chupeco, which would be so awesome. I've actually been in a mood for her book. It is the second book in the... This is The Rose and the Dagger, the second book in the Wrath and the Dawn duology. I really enjoyed the first one very much, and so I will be highly anticipating the second book. Hopefully I'll enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed the first one. I don't know where to put all of these books. I'll put them on the chair beside me. Another book that she picked is another fantasy book, and it's a shorter one, so I'm excited. It could be Throne of Glass, which I am not pumped about, but it could also be something else. I don't know. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! This is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This is one of the fantasy authors that I've been really dying to get into, also because she's coming out with Spinning Silver soon. So I'm really excited about this one. Thank you for picking that. I have been dying to get into Naomi Novik for a while. The final book she picked was the first book on my TBR, which is this one. And I actually think I know what it is, because I think it's... What's he called? Joe Hill with Firefight or something like that. It's one of his books at least. That's for sure. Yeah. The Fireman by Joe Hill. This I bought in a bargain bin on Book Depository for not very much, and it's upside down. So that's how it's supposed to turn. This is chunky, like 700 pages, and I think it's horror, and I'm excited. It's gonna be... I hope I'm gonna like Joe Hill, and I'm definitely gonna give him a try. If you don't know, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, and so as I'm already reading Stephen King, it would be kind of awesome to see how Joe Hill is as an author. So this next one is the book that Shannon picked for me, and this is an urban fantasy and paranormal book, and as usual I'd say I'm happy she picked this. She herself is a very avid urban fantasy paranormal sort of reader, so that's exciting. Ooh, this is Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. This I'm really excited about. I read her short story collection, A Tyranny of Petticoats, which she collected a lot of short stories. Her short story was one of my favorites in the collection, and I can't wait to get into the radical element once I get it at some point. But this one is exciting to get into as well. It's very short, and I think I'll be able to breeze through this one. So yeah, definitely excited about this. This is about witches and stuff, and I really like witches, so excited. Yeah. And now we're getting into Riley's pile of books, and I'm scared. I really am not good with either classics or literary fiction, but this is the type of wrapping paper, so hopefully this is an easy one. Oh, this is not bad. So this is a historical fiction book, and it is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Vine, which an author that I also read a story by in Tyranny of Petticoats that I really enjoyed. So I wanted to check out some more by her, and hopefully this will be a good one. I'm excited to get to this at some point when the mood strikes. Thank you for picking that. This next one, I think this is, because of it's a hardback and its size, I think it's Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, but I'm not sure. It could be something else. Yeah, it is. I have the Danish edition of Kite Runner, and I actually started it. I'm on page 29, and what I read, I liked it, but it's a slow read, so it wasn't what I was looking for at the time. But I'll definitely attempt to read this soon-ish. I mean, I have a lot of books on my TBR, Unwrapping TBR, my Unwrapping TBR, but I'm going to be wrapping up a lot of books this weekend as well. That's why I wanted to clear some space for some new books. And then she picked up a horror and thriller book that I am not sure which this is. This is a hard copy. It could be another Joe Hill book. I know I have a hard copy of his, but I'm not sure. Oh, this is Nora Roberts. I'm actually really happy about that. It might not be a horror, but this is a romantic suspense, so it does have some thriller aspects to it. And I'm excited about this because I haven't read a lot of Nora Roberts recently. The Villa by Nora Roberts is this book. And the next one, I think this is another hard copy, so this might be Joe Hill as well, Horns. But let's see. I haven't been very good at guessing all of them. So yeah, it is Horns, I can see that already. So I'll be getting through my Joe Hill collection very soon. And this is Horns by Joe Hill, which is a Danish edition. So that was that book. Next up is Michael's pick, which is another urban fantasy paranormal pick. It's a very skinny one, so it might be one of those I'm starting off with. This could be I don't remember which books I have in this size. Okay, yeah, it is Demon Princess by Michelle Rowan, which is the first book in the Rain or Shine series. I don't know if it's too cheesy or something, but it's super short. And I have had a lot of Michelle Rowan books on my TBR from different series, and I decided to go with this one because it was really cheap one day on Amazon. So this is where I'm gonna give her a try. Let's see about it. It's a YA paranormal book, so we'll see how it goes with this one. It's definitely short and it could go pretty fast. And Rhea picked this book, and I am super intimidated about opening this because I think it's It by Stephen King. But it could be another book, but I think it's It. And if it is that one, it is, yeah, it is It. Oh no. I really hate this cover because I don't like clowns. Yeah. But this is a giant book. I'm reading Stephen King's books in order, so I think I won't pick this up until I get to that book, but it could be that I pick it up before. We'll see about it. Oh, that clown is scary. Thank you, Rhea. The next one is the book that Silke picked out. This is my science fiction wrapping paper, so this is the only science fiction book in the midst. I wonder what this is. Yeah, this is Fortune's Pawn. Fortune's Pawn by Rachel Bach, which I am really excited to get to. I think it's some fluffy science fiction that I will be able to get by. I've heard it described as a vampire, like with the characters, the humor and sort of like that, the readability of it. It will be like Vampire Academy in space, just without vampires, obviously. But yeah, that definitely intrigues me, and if the humor is anything like Rachel Meets, then I'll definitely be enjoying this one. And I'll be getting the next books in the series. So very excited to get into this one. The next one here is the book picked by Harriet Rosie. This is my other type of fantasy wrapping paper, and this could be I hope it's Bad Unicorn because I think I put this in this one, but I don't know if it is because I don't remember how thick it is. Ooh. Yay! So this is Bad Unicorn by Platt F. Clark, and Missy from Binge Reader has read this whole trilogy with her kids and stuff, but she loves them. She gave them 5 stars, all of them. And she says it's so much fun. I mean, it's about a killer unicorn, and that is just so much fun. So I'm excited to get into this one. Look at the cover. This is so exciting. Love Stacie chose this one, which is another literary fiction sort of book. I think maybe I'm mixing people up now, I'm sorry, but this is the order that they come in. Okay, yeah, this is a Danish book. Not a Danish author, but a Danish written book. This is House of Whispers by Isabel Allende, so this is a sort of gothic novel. I have been very interested in this, and I think I might like it, but I'm also a little bit intimidated because look at how much text it is. Like, there's no margin almost, and yeah, but I like the cover. It's very beautiful. So my video went out just as I was about to open the last book, because I was running out of space. But this book was picked by Jessica, I think, and this is the book. So this is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which I know a lot of people have read except me, and everyone loves it, and it has won so many awards, so I'm ready to dive into this beautiful book. Oh my god, you guys. So it's gonna be a while before I do an unwrapping again, because this book stack is huge. But thank you all for participating and giving me some numbers. I definitely have a bunch of books to get started with. Yeah, I'll be settled for a while. But my plan is, now I'm gonna be wrapping up all the books that I don't have any plans on reading anytime soon, so that they don't distract me from my TBR Unwrappings, and I'm gonna be really focused on my TBR Unwrappings for the next coming months. And that's why I decided to do an unwrapping, because I actually only have 5 unwrappings from last time that I haven't gotten to yet. I feel like that's okay. This is all I have for you today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.